Hi students, this is step 1 for your apple drawing project, project 2. And what you're going to need is your art book, a pencil, and a black marker. It can be permanent or it could be a washable marker. I'm going to have you go ahead and turn to your first page of your art book. And another thing you're going to need, and this will be nice to have and just to keep in your art book, is just a blank piece of paper. It could be a piece of construction paper or just a piece of computer paper or notebook paper. Something to slide underneath your first page so that it protects the rest of your pages, especially when we use markers. Markers tend to bleed through, especially these art books have pretty thin pages and the marker would bleed through. So having a protector piece of paper underneath your artwork, your drawing, would be really nice. It'll save a lot of paper in your art book. So what you're going to do today, we're going to draw together, and feel free to pause the video at any time in case you fall behind or you'd like to catch up or all that. So to pause, you'd press the spacebar button on your Chromebook. It's the long rectangular button. So we're gonna go ahead and draw some apples together. So apples, what type of shape do you think of when you think of an apple? If we're drawing it on a flat surface, I think of a circle shape. So for our first apple, I want you to draw a circular shape right in the middle of your paper. So watch me first, and then you can go ahead and draw. After you do your first shape, I'd like you to do 2 more circles, 2 more apples, one on both sides. They can be about the same size, or they could be a little bit smaller. Okay. Go ahead and pause if you need to. This next step, to make our circles look more like apples, I'd like you to make, it's kind of like a smile that you'd use on a smiley face. Right at the top of your circle, about right here, you're going to make a little curve. And do that with each of your circles. So towards the top, kind of like a little smiley curve. All right. And what we need, what we're missing from our apple, is the stem. So I like to start in the middle. I'll start on one end. And you're going to draw a rectangular, like a long rectangle, starting from the bottom of the curve and stretching up and then going across and back down. So I add a little curve to my rectangle to make it a little more realistic. So do that with each one of your apples. Okay. All right, so you have your 3 apples with your stems. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw something called a horizon line. So a horizon line is the line that separates the ground and the sky. So our apples are just floating there right now. So we need to ground them. We want them to be sitting either on the ground or on a table. So what I'd like you to do and go along with me is start on one end and draw a straight line all the way to your first apple. Lift up your pencil and go all the way across that first apple. Go back down. And then once you hit your second apple, lift up and go all the way across. Go back down when you end that second apple. Go to your third apple and lift up. and then go all the way across and then finish that line at the end of your paper. All right, now we have 3 apples sitting on a table. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to outline all of your pencil lines, please. So with your black marker, go ahead and do that. Again, make sure you have a protective piece of paper at the bottom that'll save your other paper from little marks like I have right here. So you can use that permanent marker, or you could use a washable marker. Just be careful with the washable black markers. They tend to smear. So because I'm right-handed, I like to start on this side, the left-hand side, and make my way across so then I don't smear anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with my horizon line and then go ahead and do that first apple, carefully tracing over all of our pencil lines. Okay, and then I'm going to continue that horizon line and go to my second apple and go all around, tracing over our pencil lines. Okay, and then I'm going to continue that horizon line and do my final apple. And go all around. Trying my best to stay on my pencil line. Taking your time. Then you can go ahead and finish. All right, that is step 1. Good job.